guys are a play away from being active, whether it's on special teams or, kind of in the core four or anything like that. So it's just another opportunity to get out there.
And last, reps, reps, reps. It might sound a little bit self-explanatory there, but really Ty Simpson is playing catch-up on getting the reps as a backup quarterback because he did not start out getting a ton of reps in training camp. This is all incredibly valuable experience for the young man, and it's going to be an important night for him for that reason.
His counterpart, Justin Herbert, doesn't need the reps. He's going to be judged based on what he does in the postseason the next time he gets there, not what he does in the preseason. He did drop one on the deck on a very humid night here in Inglewood. Set up that Rams field goal. Now out of the pistol. A short set. And his pass is tipped and nearly taken away again.
That's our guy. Big Bill Norton. Getting a hand up. It's always talked about in the defensive side of the room. It's tips and overthrows. Those are the opportunities you want to capitalize on for interceptions. The ball obviously fell to the turf there, but if you're around the ball more often than not, you're going to be able to get a hand on one of those.
And guys, I'm really liking what we're seeing so far from all of the depth along this defensive line. They've been really active. Bill Norton has moved around. Laryl Murchison is obviously playing a lot and is kind of a glue guy for them as well. This has been very fun to watch.
Full send from Herbert, and he got him. Quentin Johnston. 65 yards for the first touchdown the Rams have surrendered this summer.
You hate to see it on that fashion right there, but just guy running down the middle. Justin's obviously got a heck of an arm to get it down there.
And Herbert sees him the entire way, and just one of those vintage Justin Herbert throws that we've gotten pretty used to seeing here.
So much of the conversation around the Chargers centered around their new offensive coordinator, going from Greg Roman to Mike McDaniel. And I think he's known for his running game prowess and his work both in San Francisco and Miami. We'll see what the partnership with Herbert produces. Rams trailing for the first time tonight. Giving up a touchdown for the first time this
here because he obviously has made some big-time explosive play contributions for the Rams and never quite broke into the rotation full-time. It's just been such a loaded team at receiver, but Tutu Atwell plays every receiving position. He knows them all. Even has bragged that he could be an emergency quarterback, even in a pinch, and he's got the wheels to get behind a defense. So happy personally to see him back. I'm sure a lot of his teammates are too.
Absolutely. I mean, Tutu's just got such a special trait of he can just open up and fly. And so that's something obviously Sean and the offense were looking for, to go ahead and take the top off some of the defense, and he does it very, very well.
As for Jarquez Hunter, a draft pick a year ago, had that breakout performance last time we were here on Saturday against the Saints, including that fourth quarter touchdown. He now continues his career with the Dolphins. And so a little bit short at running back tonight. We've already introduced Jordan Waters. Here's Dean Connors as well. I want to steer the conversation back to Ty Simpson. And Rob, I think one of the thoughts that you surfaced after talking with Sean McVay is that the way the Rams operate at quarterback behind the scenes will be different this year without Jimmy Garoppolo and with two emerging talents at quarterback behind the MVP.
Yeah, usually the scout team quarterback, the guy taking all the reps, is your number two, so he can go ahead and get his reps of, obviously playing the position of quarterback, but in the interesting situation.
Connors able to crack one. A first down above the 35-yard line. Troy Ty shoved him out.
I'll get right back to that, JB, but right here we got to go ahead and look at the big fellas up front. A little pressure, everything's washed down, cutting off the heels of the lineman. Ball's in the right hand, all the little details are right. You love to see that from the young fella.
Lowering his shoulder a little bit too. The young man wants the smoke here.
So finishes with a dozen. And we'll call this next play from Ty. And, just to backtrack a little bit, Stetson Bennett's been so valuable to the Rams while Matthew is playing starters snaps, and Jimmy Garoppolo has filled that QB2 void for a couple of years now. Here's the rookie on platform. Goes underneath to Daniels and stumbles up to the 45-yard line. So all that to say that when you've got a 2A and a 2B, Rob, they're going to try and work both quarterbacks in preparation for the season.
Yeah, absolutely they are. It sounds like they're going to be splitting reps on the scout team and really taking this 2A, 2B on, very seriously. And so the competition continues. And I think that's, when you're talking about the Rams, that's a wonderful thing. I mean, just the competition is going to breed excellence, and so it's going to, you know, someone is going to become the guy at some point. Hopefully not during this season, and you know, number 9 stays healthy, because we all know how good he is.
Simpson looking to flip his hips, takes off instead, goes into a baseball slide, and they appear to have marked him down just shy of the line again.
It's such a unique situation, too. This is the first time that I can recall the Rams actually operating their QB2 situation this way. The scout team is going to be interesting because basically you're running the opposing team's offense and you're trusting the quarterbacks there to do that. And so they'll really want to make sure they get their reps in Sean McVay's offense as well. And that's where a man like Dave Ragone, the quarterbacks coach, really comes in handy. Sean McVay has been singing his praises all preseason, and also spending a ton of time with all of the quarterbacks on the roster and really trying to prepare them.
Preseason for the officials too, using their virtual technology to check the spot of the football and confirming that it is 3rd down. And just to trace the course of the summer, obviously you draft Ty Simpson, the highest pick in the Sean McVay era.
On the field in the preseason, so it's like you guys said, it's a good problem to have. It's an interesting problem to have because I am really curious about how the development plan unfolds.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense because when you're running that scout team quarterback, obviously you're going to play a lot of different types of quarterbacks. So you got a running quarterback, you got a pocket passer. Great job here by Dean lowering the shoulder, getting that 1st down there. Big fellas behind him churning just enough for it. Love to see it. But when you're talking about that scout team quarterback, I mean, you're playing a bunch of, you know, if you go play the Ravens, you know, obviously you got to go emulate Lamar Jackson. I think what Stetson's done on the ground, obviously 2 touchdowns last game, like, it's an easier transition to go ahead and get those guys, you know, the best look possible.
Jordy talked about the command at the line of scrimmage from the rookie. Another instance there where it looks like he's canning the first play and willing to hand it off on 1st down. Yeah,
that's what you really love to see, is they have the confidence in him to give him the 2 plays in the helmet. That's Nate Shieldhouse that's calling the game tonight, the offensive coordinator. And that is an important thing to note. That shows growth, that shows confidence and command. These are all the little details that coaches wanted to see and build for Ty Simpson as the preseason progressed.
2nd and 8. Wings one out to the sideline, able to find his rookie tight end Max Clare, 2nd-round pick out of Purdue and Ohio State. Troy Dye with another hit, and they mark him out at the 43-yard line. Another 3rd down opportunity for Simpson and the Rams.
I mean, me just being a fan right now, I love the way that Nate is calling this offense right now. It's very friendly for the quarterback, for the offensive line, for the receivers to kind of get into this game, and then hopefully as the game starts going, really start kind of breaking this thing out, see if we can't see something fun.
Ty needs 2 against the blitz, able to find a leaping Alex Bachman to keep the drive alive.
And watch Ty be so clear here as he stands and looks at the rush coming, looks at the arms trying to get into these lanes here, and stands and fires off to his receiver. That is a big 3rd down for the young guy. Even
more important than that is Jordan Waters coming over here and picking up the blitz. You know, obviously you'd like to see him get a little bit more room from the quarterback when he sets his feet, but
yes,
he was strong, he was sturdy. Ron Gould would be happy that, well, I think his hands were inside. You know, if not, he needs a couple more reps on Big Bertha.
1st down, play action. Ty has to step up, feeling the pressure. Now he takes off. They got some wheels, close to another 1st down for the Rams.
Love to see him avoiding the rush here.
Look what he had with the offense for that conversion, and then takes off here seeing his opportunity. That's huge.
Jordan Waters stumbling and sliding to another 1st down. Rob, you spoiled us for more than a decade. I'm picking up what you're putting down there with your right tackle commentary.
Absolutely. Every now and again, you know, once in a blue moon. I was just fortunate enough to play. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, but that stumble didn't happen there. That looked like that was going to be a big play coming the other way.
Tight end Mark Redmond on that catch. One of the favorite designs from this Rams offense. Finding that tight end leaking out late. Andre Carter makes the tackle, but the Rams at the top of the red zone now for Ty Simpson.
And JB, that just shows that he's really going through his progression. Like I know we've mentioned it in games past, but he's really playing the position right now. So he's going through where his eyes are supposed to look. And then none of that's open. He hits his tight end on a late leak. positive yards. 2nd and 5. I think 5. 2nd and 4. That was a tackle, Joe.
Got a little flair to him too with that sleeve on the right arm there, Rob.
Looks just like a slightly younger Matthew Stafford. Great spin move there.
How about Dean Connors?
Showing no fear right there, especially with a nicked up rib. I know that thing kind of hurts.
Look, I'm sure it's not lost on Jordan Waters and Dean Connors that even though the top of the running back room is very well solidified with those top 3, there's going to be a spot on the practice squad, maybe multiple spots for them to stick with a championship organization.
Oh, absolutely. And then whether you can contribute on special teams. There's flexes from the practice squad all the time. You get 3 of them before you have to get paid the big bucks. So I know a lot of guys have been doing that.
Ty's got him on skates right now. Chargers spend a timeout there on defense before 1st and 10 from the 15.
Timeout. Defense. They're first of the half.
Our official tonight.
More assertive as well. That's definitely noticeable from practice to game for Ty.
Connors again, so good out of the backfield. We saw that a lot in the opener at Arrowhead. Looks like he's got enough for 1st and goal, running around out of the backfield.
Just looks so natural to him. I mean, just does such a nice job. Looks at it the whole way, and he was flirting with getting out of that tackle too. I mean, his contact balance he's done a very nice job with this preseason.
2 receiving touchdowns already to his credit. Sets the Rams up 1st and goal from the 4. Here comes the 14th play of the Rams drive with Ty Simpson under center, giving to Connors, who tumbles for 1. Tony Jefferson around that edge to get him off his cleats. 2nd and goal. Tony Jefferson at age 34, dozen seasons, still going at it for the Chargers.
Hey, be careful how you talk about 34-year-olds here. That's a spry young age.
You're looking down at a guy on the wrong side of 40, Jordan, so it's a humble brag by you. We'll take it. Waters steps into the backfield. Simpson sinks into the shotgun. Feeds his tailback. He'll try it again up the gut. Enough removal for the 1. They'll have to snap it again on 3rd and goal. Andre Carter helping to keep the Rams out of the end zone for now.
Especially when it comes to red zone run game, just to let everybody know, as long as you're gaining yards, you're doing a good job. So we got 3rd and short here. It's been great. The whole playbook is opened up. Not that I'm going to predict what's going on here, but expect to see a little movement from Ty Simpson.
A 16-play drive. Simpson gives. Waters comes up short. It's 4th and goal. Marlowe Wax delivered the hit.
Now that was
Final seconds of the 1st quarter. He and the Rams have to snap it again. With a man in motion. Gun run. 4th down. Have to have it. And he is short. Waters stuffed again. Chargers take over on down.